Gonick. I'm a mixed media artist. I focus on collages and I live in Arlington, Massachusetts. So I'm an artist and a graphic designer. And when I'm not on the computer, I like to be working with analog collage materials. And most of my pieces recently fall into a series I've been doing called the Travelogue series. And it's a Travelogue series because the primary source material that I'm using is old postcards, mostly vintage, up through the 70s, occasionally maybe the 80s, but I really go for older postcards. I tend to use the imagery in the front, but sometimes I also like to use the back and get the patina of the color of the paper and some of the postcard materials or people's writing. Writing in the past was, some of it's really beautiful, the way people wrote their names or addressed that portion of the postcard. And so it's all very hands-on, scissors, paper, postcards, some magazines, sometimes some hand-drawn elements, and I glue everything down mostly with acrylic gel medium, and then I flatten it under a stack of books because I really like to make sure it's nice and flat, and I work on really heavy-duty watercolor paper, so that way when I put the elements down and I flatten them with a bone folder, I rub them, and then I like to get them really flat and kind of seamless. And I think that's the graphic designer in me. So that's sort of my process. So the two pieces that I have in the show are called Bad Apple and Messenger. And typically my work is not overtly political, but these two pieces have a quality that I felt answered the call for entries and would fit into a politically themed show. For Bad Apple, it was made not that long ago, but given everything that's been going on in the country over the past few years since the last presidential election, it just really spoke to me about the problems in this country, the violence in this country, and so a friend had suggested Bad Apple when she saw the image, and I just thought that was so appropriate. So the title comes out of that, and it's somewhat ambiguous, so people can read into it what they may. And then with Messenger, for me, it's really talking about sharing your voice and being heard and bringing messages to people and waking people up. And so that's what that's how I interpret them for myself. But as I said, they're fairly ambiguous, and people are welcome to interpret them as how they see it. I've enjoyed being involved in the Created Equal exhibit. It's really it's not the first time I've exhibited at the Arlington Center for the Arts, but it's really the first time that my art has been involved in a more politically based show. So that's been exciting. It's unfortunate about COVID and not being able to actually be in the gallery with the other artists and get to interact with them. All of our works are interacting, and it would have been nice if our voices could have interacted a little bit more. At this point, I'm just forging ahead, creating new collages and keeping my options open and looking towards possibly submitting to some shows in the near future.